I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly concerned for the future of this country. Actually, let me change that. I'm concerned for the future of the world. The reason for this is because of current world events and other things going on. Let me preface this video by saying that I know you can just turn off the news and go outside, and I'm not saying that I'm not doing that, but turning off the news and going outside doesn't solve the problems that we're going to be facing in the future. This whole thing is stemming from this article that I read today that said that a certain grocery store in Canada was going to stop increasing prices until February of 2023. This was met with a lot of backlash from people saying that how they increased their prices last year all the way up until now, and then now they're going to implement a price freeze when things are at an all-time high. Others said that all this price freeze is going to do is that sure, prices will be frozen for now, and then as soon as next February comes, the prices will keep going up. So what's the point of this whole PR stunt? And that's where all this came from. I just find it funny how all these companies want to say, oh, inflation is causing price increases and inflation this and inflation that. Meanwhile, they're posting record profits. But with bakery items being up 15%, fruit being up 13%, and pasta being up 32%, that's not the only thing that's concerning. Let's talk about the healthcare system. And just for reference, there will be a lot of links down below for your reading pleasure. For the first time in my life that I can remember, keep in mind I'm only 26, but for the first time in my life, and I think for a lot of people's, first time, we saw a hospital close its emergency department doors. A hospital about 2 hours away from me closed the doors to its emergency room this past summer on a Thursday in the week. But that's not the most alarming thing. Their emergency department has been running on reduced hours since December of 2019. In an article that I'll link down below to add to your reading homework, it said that the hospital's emergency department was closed on Saturday and patients were redirected to other hospitals in the region. So that means that even since before COVID, they've been running on reduced hours due to staffing shortages. In July of this year, patients waited on average of 20.7 hours to be admitted to the hospital. Almost 21 hours to be admitted to the hospital. Now, for some context, I'm sure if the person was dying, then their situation would be addressed. I hope, but 21 hours? Come on, man. It got so bad that the government is now offering nurses $5,000 to stay on the job. And I quote here, eligible full-time nurses will receive a lump sum of $5,000, while eligible part-time and casual nurses will receive $5,000 in 2 installments. It's getting so bad that the government essentially has to bribe people into staying at their jobs because that's the situation of our healthcare system. I've heard of other things like people getting reimbursed for attending nursing school or something like that, but I couldn't find any credible articles. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if that did happen. There's no way around it. We have a nursing shortage, a doctor shortage, a healthcare, shortage in general. Next, I want to talk about the skilled trades. Getting straight to the point, an estimated 700,000 workers in the skilled trades are expected to retire by 2028. And with new registrations on the downward trend compared to a decade ago, it looks like we might be in some trouble. What's worse is that 25% of the workforce is 55 and older, and less than 10% of workers are under the age of 25. So we're not replenishing people as fast as people are retiring, and I think this is just the beginning. There were less than 56,000 new apprenticeship registrations in 2020, which sounds like a lot, but it was 28.5% less than in 2019. But enough of the complaining. What solutions can I offer? Well, to be honest, I don't know. The only thing that I can say is that I'm not helping, and it makes me feel kind of bad, I'm not gonna lie. I chose to want to be this creative person and I want to express myself when we literally have a shortage of the most essential people in our society. But on the other hand, I don't feel bad because the proper things were not put in place for people, especially nurses, to deal with the repercussions of COVID-19. They repeatedly said that they were getting burnt out, Some allegedly worked 12, 16, sometimes even 24-hour shifts. They were at their limit, and they said multiple times that they need help, but their calls went unanswered. For this last point, I'm fully aware that I'm not contributing to this thing also, but I don't think that it helps that everyone wants to be a YouTuber or a TikToker or an influencer. Bottom line is that we need nurses and doctors and tradespeople and people to work in grocery stores. Like, we need all these people. We need people to build houses for people. We need people to take care of people that are sick. Like, we don't need any more photographers. It's like that line in Interstellar where the teacher said, we don't need engineers. We didn't run out of television screens and planes, we ran out of food. And with the path that we're on right now, we're running out of the ability to take care of people that are sick, and we're running out of the ability to build houses for people. How do we solve this? I don't know. But what I do know is that if we don't figure something out sooner or later, who knows what's gonna happen. I don't know when this video is gonna come out, but I do know that it's gonna be sometime around, middle to the end of December. If that's the case, I didn't mean to ruin your holiday spirit, if that's still a thing. But again, things like these have to be addressed. And as always, thanks for watching.